DC News Now at 4. Sun hitting the DMV after a rainy night, but windy conditions are on the way. Meteorologist Brittany Ward is tracking your Halloween forecast.
SNAP benefits set to run out for millions of Americans this weekend. How Maryland's governor is trying to bridge the gap.
Then a man disguised as a woman allegedly films women in locker rooms. What police are saying about the investigation.
Before you hail a ride through the Uber app, beware of a new scheme. A DC woman's warning to riders up next.
And taking a trip down memory lane, how Google is recreating a virtual drive through historic Route 66.
Watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale.
Well, U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro announced the arrest of an 18-year-old Naquan Antonio Lucas. Police have been on the hunt for Lucas over the last few months. Pirro announced charges for the murder of 21-year-old Eric Tarpinian at Jackham. He was shot while walking home as he worked on Capitol Hill. She also announced that Lucas was connected to another homicide in the city. It happened on the 4th of July. 17-year-old Zoe Kelly was killed inside of a home on Benning Road. Here's what Pirro had to say.
That 2 innocent souls were taken from us in what I believe were predictable homicides, based upon the behavior of these individuals and the records that everyone knew about.
With DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is following this story, and you'll have more coming up on DC News Now at 5.
And happening now, we're taking a live look at Reagan National Airport, where right now ongoing ground delays are happening due to what the Federal Aviation Administration is calling staffing issues. Those delays going past midnight tonight and averaging 90 minutes each. We'll keep you updated as we learn more on air and online at dcnewsnow.com.
Well, in the district, Police Chief Pamela Smith is urging D.C. Council to make extended juvenile curfew zones a permanent tool. Yeah,
it comes after multiple carjackings over the past few weeks and disruptive behavior, including a group of kids ransacking a movie theater at Gallery Place.
Yeah, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone is live at the Wilson Building. Marielle, these zones were used temporarily over the summer. Where do things stand right now?
Well, Mark, the emergency over the summer has expired, so those extended juvenile curfew zones can't be used right now. Now, some council members, they want it to stay that way. They don't support issuing a new emergency or making this permanent, especially without community input, which is why they held a public hearing on the issue today.
It worked.
For ANC Commissioner Marquita Bryant, the extended juvenile curfew zones implemented over the summer were a success, putting a stop to teen takeovers like this one.
We have toddlers who weren't going outside because we had teens in their space fighting.
So she wants to see it made a permanent tool for MPD, coupled with more safe places for youth.
I want a whole approach to this.
Police Chief Pamela Smith testifying in front of the D.C. Council Thursday.
We know that it works.
The temporary legislation, active in July, August, and September, allowed the chief to declare extended juvenile curfew zones beginning at 8 p.m., where those 17 and under couldn't gather in large groups for a period of 4 days. In total, Smith declared 7 zones spanning U Street, Navy Yard, and the Wharf.
MPD did not cite any youth for curfew violations in the zones during the active hours of 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., nor were there any large gatherings.
Still, the council voted against extending the emergency through December this month, citing a lack of community input, as the mayor's office pushed to make it permanent legislation.
Informing people the week before a vote, hey, I want to do this, with no communication, that is not a communication plan.
Since then,
this past weekend, flyers were circulated on social media for the 2 teen takeovers, telling kids to bring their own alcohol and bring their own marijuana.
I am infuriated. What I do hear is that we rather lock our children up and tell them to stay in the house rather than provide them with the structure, the resources, and the tools that they need.
Now, according to Councilmember Brooke Pinto's office, there will be a vote on reinstating this emergency legislation coming up on November 4th. There's no word yet on a vote on possibly permanent legislation, and it's unclear how many council members will actually support this. Reporting live from the Wilson Building, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And right now, this is a live look at Annapolis, where a coastal flood warning is in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Today, once again, parts of the area flooding, causing officials to close Compromise Street and Dock Street. They're reminding drivers to avoid that standing water there and to avoid driving around barricades they've set up.
All right, let's head over to meteorologist Brittany Ward with a first look at our forecast.
All right, yeah, as we head through the rest of the evening, we are going to be tracking those mostly dry conditions, but we still do have a few coastal flood alerts that are in effect across portions of the area. So like they mentioned earlier, that coastal flood warning still in effect for Anne Arundel County. That's set to expire tomorrow morning. And then we also do have a coastal flood advisory that's in place. That's that lighter green shade you're seeing on the map right now. That's in place for Arlington, as well as Charles, St. Mary's, and even Calvert County. That's also set to expire tomorrow. So if you are in these areas, especially along the Potomac or even the Chesapeake Bay, just be mindful of that, especially heading into tonight. That will be the next time that we start to see that high tide cycle, which could cause for some of that coastal flooding. So again, be mindful of that. We head outside, a live look out towards Reagan. Not bad at all. We finally are starting to see some peaks of sunshine after this morning's rain. It looks like most of the area, seeing those dry conditions and those temperatures, have warmed up pretty nicely. We're sitting at 67 degrees right now in DC, 59 as you head back off towards Hagerstown. You're sitting at 66 degrees there in Luray, 58 as you head over there to Cumberland. And it looks like as we head into Halloween, the forecast is drying, or is looking dry, but we are going to be tracking those windy conditions. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast, guys, up next.
All right, Brittany, thank you. We've hit day 30 of the government shutdown, and now the White House says it has found money to pay the military.
Yeah, that's according to our network News Nation, and it comes as the Republican senators continue to try to pass the House GOP bill.
Democrat leader, of course, continues to try to push this ludicrous narrative that Republicans or President Trump shut down the government.
Republicans have brought Americans to the brink of financial disaster. They've ignored a growing catastrophe.
And right now we know there were no votes today on the shutdown, and federal benefits for SNAP are set to run out on November 1st. Today, Governor Wes Moore declaring a state of emergency in Maryland.
Yeah, the governor signing an executive order today and using emergency funds as federal food assistance goes dark during the federal government shutdown. It comes about a week after neighboring Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin also declared a state of emergency for the Commonwealth. And DC News Now's Randy Bass was there for the governor's announcement and has the latest from the Anne Arundel County Food Bank in Crownsville.
Yes, the governor sounding the alarm today, less than 48 hours before SNAP funding nationwide is set to run out. The governor now tapping into state funds for food banks as hundreds of thousands of Marylanders prepare to go without their federal benefits. Maryland Governor Wes Moore packing boxes and putting pen to paper in Anne Arundel County today, declaring a state of emergency and signing an executive order sending $10 million to food banks and partners across Maryland as SNAP benefits run dry during the federal government shutdown.
There is no state that is taking a greater level of assault than Maryland by these actions.
We have seen rulers use hunger as a weapon, whether it's against an enemy or their own people. The goal is to starve into submission, and it's cruel.
More than 600,000 Marylanders rely on SNAP assistance, and more than 250,000 federal workers living in Maryland are missing paychecks during the shutdown.
This is heartless. This is cruel. And this is unforgivable. When the federal government says that you are on your own, in the state of Maryland, we say we leave no one behind.
Moore says the state is losing $250 million in federal food assistance funds for November, nowhere close to the $10 million the state is sending to food banks to try to bridge the gap.
I have no belief that the federal government is going to reimburse anybody for anything. I have no belief that the federal government is going to honor its promises.
The governor also calling on President Donald Trump to help end the shutdown and restore benefits.
I truly believe, and I pray to God, in this moment he'll see the impacts of what's happening and realize that he must. In Maryland, we're going to do our job. Now it's time for the president to do his.
Now the governor says the state will continue to evaluate the need for more emergency funds as the government shutdown continues. In Crownsville, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you for continuing coverage and also information about available resources to those impacted by the shutdown and to see how local officials are responding. Head to our website, dcnewsnow.com.
In Virginia, a van crashing into a home, sending one person to the hospital. Crews were on scene last night in Centerville. First responders say it happened on Saguaro Place near Route 29. 3 people were treated at the scene there. Officials say the person sent to the hospital is expected to be okay. The cause of that crash is still under investigation.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters. It's the week of early voting in Virginia.
Yeah, the last weekend, voters will decide who leads the state from the governor's seat to the state's House of Delegates. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile talked to voters at an early voting center in Arlington County.
Well, what I can tell you is voters I spoke to are passionate about the reasons why they had to cast their ballots. Of course, there are feelings about President Donald Trump that came up, but also what some describe as issues and divisiveness across the country. But there haven't been too many early voters in several counties, including here in Arlington County, at the early polling locations like this one. Well, of course, the nation is paying close attention to the governor's race between Abigail Spanberger and Winsome Earl Sears. We checked in on early voting for some Virginia counties, and some have been seeing somewhat steady flow of early voters. In Loudoun County, about 39,000 have voted early. Here in Arlington County, officials say they're currently lower than 2021 early voting numbers. About 22,000 people have cast an early ballot in person in Arlington County. Now, here's what voters tell me as to why they had to vote.
I'm a regular voter, but Donald Trump is a danger to the republic. It's important to vote. Everybody should vote. He is exactly what the founders were worried about.
I think it's important that each candidate or candidates, express their programs, and then it's up to the population to see that, what they say really, clicks to you and your reality.
Early voting ends November 1st, but you can vote every day up until then, and including on November 1st. You just want to make sure you check the times that you go to the polling locations here in Arlington County. There are 3 early voting polling locations. This one stays open till 7 p.m. On November 1st, polls open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. In Arlington, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
Our thanks to Tosin. Meantime, a new poll released by Roanoke College showing Abigail Spanberger leading Winsome Earl Sears by double digits in the race for governor. That poll also showing Republican incumbent Jason Miyares leading in the race for Attorney General over Democrat Jay Jones. Miyares now leading by 8 points. Just last week, a Virginia Commonwealth University polling showing Miyares holding a 3-point lead. And don't forget, DC News Now has you covered this election day. We'll have a team across the Commonwealth as we eagerly await to see who wins our election. And then coverage starts both on air and online at 7 p.m.
Well, still ahead here on your news at 4, an arrest has been made after a man was caught snapping images of women at a gym in the DMV. How police caught up with that suspect.
Plus, officials say the road to recovery will be tough in the Caribbean after Hurricane Melissa. How first responders from the DMV are helping in places like Jamaica.
And it's almost that time of year again. How you can save on holiday travel this Thanksgiving and Christmas when we come back.